And of course, GEN is the roster that everyone's always going to talk about. So many new players, only Ruler sticking around.
On this side of GEN, all of these superstars coming together, can they play as a team?
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of pedigree. And yes, you can criticize, as you pointed out, Chovy and Ruler in particular for never winning a title, but
and
the results,
and
yeah, well, yeah, but I feel like people are focusing more so on those two, right?
Yeah.
You don't rotate, the amount of plays that you can get are incredible. And there is the Tryndamere pickup. Do have the availability of 2 bans.
Also can be decent in the blind pick, and it looks like Chovy's playing Corki, so that's going to be the choice for this game. I just think about Chovy with the first strike rune. He must be so happy to get even more gold. I'm sure that Nuggery is not too happy that he took this year to take a break because he doesn't get...
Barrel and Deft able to get the crash here. And so that's a nice hook.
That is a big one. Barrel's in a lot of trouble. Way too much damage. Even the turret shot getting into the mix.
On his first back, already making his way towards that mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, the Q is already down, and he reads the sidestep perfectly, and even gets flayed into turret ring.
I mean, more reason to visit towards that bot side, and because of Peanut's initial pathing, he's going to feel perfectly happy. Do have to say the setup for him, unless Peanut is there, is not necessarily amazing in both top and mid, as Doran.
Yeah, he's going in for this one, popping that ghost. He will force the flash quickly as we're getting the zoom in here. Jonah Strong really hyping up the tension. Are they still in the brush? Yes, they are. The flash comes in. Has no flash for Lahens, but he's still going to be able to land that play.
Perfectly suitable, but collapse coming through on Kingen here.
All right, let's see how Kingen deals with this. They're waiting for Chovy to make their way over with the package, but already the damage comes in. Doran's got the aggro on the turret, and he can just pop his own.
Nice play, not being read there by DRX, the entirety of GEN moving. And I'm not as big a fan of this.
Ruler just barely up. We do have the Rift Herald drop down here in the mid lane, and they didn't get the bot turret, but they're going to get this mid turret very early on, 15.5 minutes. And that's just going to make this Caitlyn and Lux even more oppressive, kind of what you were talking about. The rotations are already coming in. They're getting another charge here on the mid inner turret. This will also go down at 15:48. And so...
at the ready as well to take over his teammate, but oh, I don't think they've seen Kingen. Don't think the sweeper has spotted him.
Well, Kingen is going to get on top of Lahens here, but he's easily able to flash away, but the damage is too much. Down goes the Thresh for now, and that makes it a 4-on-5 for this moment in time, but Kingen will immediately get burst down. Doran does a fantastic flank, and here comes Peanut, just shredding them down one by one, and Chovy having all the room in the world, able to shell them with his missiles, is able to pick up a kill of his own, and this is going to go well as Peanut's still getting work done. This guy is on a mission, picks up a double, and GEN just wiped the floor with DRX.
Far ahead in the mid game. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, this was all DRX's setup. They had the flank, they killed Lahens, it's looking good. But again, they used everything on Lahens, and then they got flanked.
And that's the big thing. Oh, so many cooldowns go in here, and then this body slam that's coming up here from Peanut. Oh, finding multiple people, and the health bars just completely disappear. Let's hear how many shoutouts he does.
오케이, 나 이거 먹고 빅토르 어디 있음?
Oh,
He's like, where's Victor?
잡았어.
I got him.
stands finish for Peanut. So many 2-item spikes hit. Here, a little bit premature. Chovy and Lahens still on the way. A little late on the back, but should still be able to make it over here. Mid lane Prio. Gonna be a little bit harder for GEN, but they do have the control on the river. Doran got caught.
Doran just barely able to avoid that binding, and he will get another poke damage already coming out there. Zeka down below half health, still trying to get in position, but Pyosik is late, and now it is way too late to try and find any kind of engage. GEN get out with the Drake and the win.
Yeah, and the real issue here is that with the pathing they took, they're going to get a free mid lane turret as well as Doran.
Yeah, he goes in, and he's trying to stop them from getting the backs off. The teleport's going to come in, and Len says, no, you're not taking down my top laner. We will just back away and group up once again together. As Kingen's still on the chase here. Really nice preemptive flash, and just chasing each other around the map. Peanut's here now. He's going to land that stun. Doesn't quite know that Pyosik is behind him, but again, Lahens is here. Peanut knows I'm super fed, like, you're not going to get away from me. As in goes the ult, he's going to pop down the Xin Zhao. Yes, they get the objective bounty of that top turret, but what is it going to matter? if everybody goes down. Peanut's still on the chase, as is Doran. Huge poke comes out of Ruler. And that is going to be 2 kills so far. Gigantic play also comes in, make that 4 kills, as Doran looking for even a bit more. As I don't think he's going to find that, but it does not matter.
Incredible amount of movement speed with the Predator, with the Deadman's Plate. And also look at the lack of setup here. You're a turret deep, right? Like, you don't actually have the prio, the rest of your team isn't ready. Pioshik and Kingen are playing seemingly disjointed from the rest of their team. And then, as fat as Peanut is, the moment he gets a single kill, these resets are going to start coming through and through, utilizing the kit of all these champions very well. Look at the combination. Couldn't get the seed. Very sad.
I'll take the lantern.
Yeah, no problem. Because what happened there was literally
using that Baron buff, taking down that bottom inhibitor turret. As that's just about exactly what we would have expected. Yeah. Imagine the potential.
Chovy's like, I want votes too. I did stuff. Oh boy.
Okay.
Well, that makes my job a little easier.
In goes Doran. He has his ultimate available. He's just gonna spin to win. On top of the Lux as well. Pioshik will survive because he's Xin Zhao, and only because of that.
Risk. As just again, like Kingen, you feel obliged to do something. It's actually Ruler that sets up their play, hits the chains of corruption there from the fog, and then Lahens easily follows up. We see, you know, you don't actually need a tank in your game when you have Tryndamere, because he can just do both, as Peanut is very far behind enemy lines.
Yeah, but like, who's flanking
who?
They
don't know.
DRX are like, wait. Yeah, they see Doran. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. I mean, the package is here for Chovy. DRX are kind of caught in the middle of nowhere. Chovy's behind enemy lines. The Lux just evaporates into thin air. And this one is just about as done as you could call it. Doran also getting extremely aggressive there on the bottom side. Doesn't need the kills, but he would love some more. He's only 2-0-8, but does look like Gen.G just going to stop some backs and go for the victory. A very dominant one here in game number 1.
Beautiful game. Gen.G taking a little bit of time to get going, but I say a little bit. It was like, what, 15, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
And with composition, with much scaling,
oh,
it's
no.
completely fine. Chovy's just going to pad the stats a little bit more. 1 death, only 4 Lahens, and that's it. Wow.
I'd say that's worth, yeah. Somebody else died actually at the end there. Does look like it was Peanut. Does not matter. They were 17-2 by the end of it all, as Gen.G make a declaration of dominance here in game number 1. They win today. He will become a Gen.G fan. I believe that is what the end of that said. You can see there was, you know, maybe 3 or 4 times where DRX got the gold leads.
Couple of seconds, Valdez.
Yeah, a couple of seconds of gold lead there for DRX.
맛있어. 야, 더 주세요.
게임 끝내자.
끝내자. 끝내. 내가 끊을게.
바텀 웨이브로 가면 끝나. 너네
너네
몇 명 끊어라.
지훈아, 내가 렌터 봐줄게.
2명 끊고 3명 밀어가자. 텔 1명 썼거든? 텔 쟤네 1명밖에 없어.
빅토르 노트래.
그러면 그라가텔 있다. 빅토르가 리콜 타나.
빅토르 지금 안 갔어.
그럼 끝났어 얘. 알아서 해.
지훈아, 놀까?
아 놀아야지 이거.
한번 놀자.
해야지.
야, 너 뭐야? 아, 같이 놀아. 같이 놀자, 지훈아. 같이 놀자.
안 된다.
같이 나눠 보통 해보자. 아, 나이스.
아.
굿.
굿.